Listen, from the high of surviving that crazy double eviction to the jury house, I mean, there's a lot to unpack. Did you ever think in a million years that we'd be doing this at this point in the game?
Hey, man. All right. I never knew I was going to meet you, but, I never wanted to meet you this early. I'll tell you that for free. I was hoping to be in that house till a little later on. I thought I was set up the right way. But damn, it just fell apart. It just fell apart.
Let's dive in. Marty wins HOH, puts up Josh and Betty. Kevin wins POV, takes Josh down. I mean, who do you think was going up as a replacement nominee and why?
As soon as Kevin's using it, I'm thinking it's me, Moose, or Gino. And I'm thinking, hey, you take the shot at Gino. That's strike number 3. You get out half the showmance, you gain favor in the house, and you complete the job. Then it was my name, and he was making direct eye contact with the boy. So I was like, well, it's me. So yeah, that was weird.
Like all of a sudden, zero hesitation. Like Marty says your name. And I mean, what goes through your mind instantly the minute he says it?
I'm like, this guy's a punk. This guy's a punk. He's a lying, backstabbing punk. That's all I could think. And there's a lot of stuff that went through my mind that we're not going to talk about. But I know the first thing was get up and walk to the block. And no, I will not dance when you tell me to dance. I will dance when I want to dance. I'll make that very clear.
Yeah, that whole Hermon dance over to your seat shtick. Did that surprise you that Marty pulled that?
No, I think he was just trying to be. I think he's trying to be slick. But hey, nobody tells me when and where to dance to. Put that in writing. Send that to your best friend. None of that's ever going to happen. So, yeah.
And then you told Marty to look into the camera and tell Canada he's a backstabber.
Yeah, I did. An absolute snake. I told him, I said, look at the camera. Because he made, why? You know why it upset me? Because, we made this promise in week 5, and then the double happens and we're about to go to the comp and he pulls me in the bathroom and says, are we good on the deal? And we shook hands before the comp. Comp happens all week. He tells me to kick my feet up. So he made me look into the camera and say, if he didn't put me up, then I would keep him safe in week 7. Which was weird for me. I didn't like it, but I did it to appease the HOH. So when he put me up, I told him, look into the camera and tell Canada you're a backstabber, you punk.
I mean, you pointed him out in your final plea. You call him the snake. You want the house guests. You want them to know who the real snake is. Was that more for show or did you mean what you said?
Hey, I meant what I said. And I mean, hey, there's always a little showman in the boy, but, I wanted everyone to know who my target was. I wanted them to know I wasn't coming for them. And I wanted the 5 people to know that if they voted to keep me in this house, I wanted to create a big enough target on my back from the other remaining 3 house guests to shield them going into the next couple of weeks. And that was really the purpose of doing one last call out. And also let them know who really runs this house. Like, don't tell me what to do. Ever tell me what to do.
In Kevin's goodbye message, he told you he had a substantial hand in sending you home. Why do you think he wanted you out, man?
Well, I told Marty that I would put up Kevin and Alina, if I won HOH. I think Marty relayed that information. I think mine and Kevin's game talks were, as exciting as watching paint dry. So, I think that, things just never went the way they were supposed to with Kevin. And he's a hard read, so I don't like when I can't read people.
What does your boy Moose have to do in the house to make it all the way to the win? And can that be done?
Moose is on his own, man. He's swimming upstream. But man, he's tenacious. He's not afraid to let people know what he thinks. He's outspoken. He'll find a way. He'll find a way to get there. I really hope he does, but he's gonna have to find someone to do it with. I don't know if he can do it by himself.
So what does the winner of Big Brother Canada have to prove to you to get your vote for the win?
Well, the winner has got to explain to me that, their strategy. I want to know that there was some strategy. I need to know specific game moves that you made. If you think you're just going to float your way to the finale. That's a busy signal for the boy. Call, hang up, call, hang up, call, hang up. And if, I want to know game moves specifically, and loyalty is important to me too. So, even if it's not to me, as long as you were loyal to the people you were rocking with, that goes into it as well.
Best and worst case scenario for final two. Give me names and tell me why.
Best case scenario, I would honestly say Moose and Gino for me. Worst case scenario, Kevin and Alina. Like, what are y'all doing in that house, man? Like, if y'all get to final two, like, just sit me down. I don't know how to do anything in this game. Like, if it's them two, final two sitting there, I'm gonna be like, well, damn. I mean, there'll be one game move each. It won't be hard to decide. I'm just saying.
If you could have had, one final conversation with any house guest left in the game before you left for jury, who would it be and what would you have wanted to tell them?
I would have had a final conversation with Summer, and I would have just let her know about a final two that I had with Josh. And just let that percolate and let that marinate in her, sizzle in her spirit, and see whatever she wanted to do with that.
Big Brother Canada Season 10, juror number 1, Hermon. Thank you for hanging out, man.
Let's go, K-Town. Stand up for the boy. Let's go.